English Fairy Tale, The Dragon of Mirrorlake. Part 1. The Village Beneath the Mist. In the kingdom of Eloria, where fog danced like spirits and the mountains whispered ancient secrets, there lay a village called Darrowmere, hidden by the misty shores of Mirrorlake. This lake was no ordinary body of water. It reflected not only your image, but also your truest desires and fears. No one dared cross its still waters, not since the dragon came. Long ago, a dragon made of silver scales and sapphire eyes emerged from the lake's heart. Some said he was cursed, others that he was guarding something powerful. Every full moon, the dragon would soar across the sky, then vanish into the lake's depths once more. Among the villagers was a curious 14-year-old girl named Lyra, who lived with her blind grandfather, Eldon, a former knight with stories as sharp as his old sword. Lyra, brave and clever, had always been fascinated by the dragon, but her grandfather warned, "The dragon sees not your face, child, it sees your truth." Part 2. The Prophecy. One stormy night, Lyra found a scroll in her grandfather's chest. It was old, brittle, and sealed with wax. The scroll read, "When flame and reflection align, a child of wind and thought shall shine. Only truth can break the lake and free the heart the dragon keeps awake." Lyra showed it to Eldon. He grew pale. "That is the prophecy of Mirrorlake. I thought it lost." He explained that the dragon was once a prince, cursed for refusing to lie in court. The lake had become his prison, its surface unbroken, its magic unshaken. Only one born of wind, freedom, and thought, wisdom, could release him. Lyra felt a pull in her chest. Could she be the one? Part 3. Into the Lake. Lyra stole away at dawn, rowing a tiny wooden boat into the still lake. The water was eerily clear, revealing endless blue beneath. As her boat reached the lake's center, the wind stilled. Her reflection stared back, but it smiled before she did. The dragon rose. He was massive. His wings brushed the sky, and his eyes glowed like stars beneath water. Yet, when he spoke, his voice was gentle. "Why have you come, truth-bearer?" Lyra told him about the scroll, the prophecy, and her desire to help. The dragon studied her. Then, "If you wish to free me, you must face 3 trials: the mirror of regret, the garden of lies, the flame without fire." Part 4. The Mirror of Regret. Lyra dove into the lake, the dragon's magic allowing her to breathe underwater. She arrived at a vast underwater cave filled with glowing mirrors. In each mirror, she saw moments from her life, times she was cruel or scared or selfish. One mirror showed her lying to her grandfather, another pushing a friend away. She wanted to run, but then she whispered, "I see you, and I forgive you." The mirrors cracked and shimmered. A glowing key appeared. Trial 1 complete. Part 5. The Garden of Lies. Next, she found herself in a floating garden above the clouds, where flowers whispered sweet lies. "You're the best. You never make mistakes. Everyone loves you." She almost believed them. The more she listened, the heavier her feet grew, as if the lies became chains. Then she shouted, "I don't need lies to be worthy." The vines retreated, and a golden blossom bloomed in her hand. Trial 2 complete. Part 6. The Flame Without Fire. The final trial brought her to a mountain where an unlit lantern stood. The dragon's voice echoed, "This flame cannot be lit by fire, only by courage." She stood in the cold, remembering her fears, failing, being alone not being enough. Lyra knelt, held the lantern to her chest, and whispered, "I am afraid, but I will act anyway." The lantern burst into blue light. Trial 3 complete. Part 7. Breaking the Curse. With all 3 symbols in hand, Lyra returned to the lake's center. The dragon circled above as the water turned silver. She placed the key, blossom, and lantern on the surface. A beam of light shot into the sky, and the lake shook. The dragon let out a roar, not of anger, but release. His scales began to fall away like petals. From them rose a young man, Prince Calum, with tears in his eyes. "You saw truth in yourself. That gave me freedom." Part 8. A New Dawn. Lyra and Prince Calum returned to Daromir. The mist lifted for the first time in centuries. The lake shimmered with light. The villagers cheered, but Lyra only smiled and looked to the sky. She had faced herself, not just the dragon, and now the world was brighter. Every full moon, she'd walk to the lake's edge, where Calum would rise to greet her, not as a beast, but as a friend. The end.